Right, I've done a little bit of tidying up. Started stripping off the architrave, whatever it is, skirting board, all the odd nails. I've got some more carpet up. Well, the original plan was to go to 4 feet and just zip straight across. Unfortunately, between all the holes I've put in it and this, I was not expecting this. It's going to be easier to replace it all. So it's not the cheaper option, unfortunately. I've gone from 2 pieces of ply to 4 pieces of ply. Doubles the price, basically. But with the state of that, I can't not rip it all out, I'm afraid. I was hopeful to get away with minimal amount because of what's across there. But with what's there now, I can't risk it. While I'm in there, I might as well replace all the insulation as well. It's just polystyrene. I can get a foam that's slightly more insulative, if that's even a word. But yeah, it's all got to come down now. So it's going to be fun. I was looking forward to using my circular saw, but now it's just out and out destruction. I do want to leave the expansion gaps though. So we are going to have to both cut the width and the height. So it's doubled the amount of cuts as well, which is infuriating. But there's not a lot I can do about it. It's too far gone. I'm sorry. There is no way of keeping this cheap anymore, or cheaper. It's all got to come out. So I'll start tearing it apart and show you in a minute. Again, destruction is always fun, but I'm more worried about what I'll find underneath, especially over in that corner. But the safer option, you know, the more the more obvious option is to replace it all. Because as is, I was umming and ahhing about leaving these expansion gaps in, and I just had a seam across there as well, which is more of a faff than it needs to be. Thankfully, these are 7 foot somewhat ceilings, so I can get away with, you know, cutting the end off a piece of ply. This is only one cut because this piece is 4 foot across, so I'll just slop the end off and slap it up. But that is, I think, something like 38¼ inch, and then that bit is 3.5 feet, and then that is like 2 and a bit. So I can't get it out of a minimal amount of ply. It is going to be 4 sheets of ply. I'm not worrying about that bit yet. I was going to put the pipes in the wall, but I'm not worrying about that yet because other than that bottom corner, which is on the other side, it's fairly solid. Eventually I will put the pipes in the wall, which is again another new piece of ply, unfortunately. But the priority right now is this corner. It has to be. This corner and this wall, it has to be the priority. I've given myself enough space as well, cutting the carpet back. I've got all the old nails out. But I've given myself enough space now that once the wall is finished, I can put some flooring down so that I can get some shelving up, just to try and clear some of that out of the way. But yeah, right, it's time to start destroying stuff. Fun. Right, you can tell this stuff's knackered because it's just popping off. All the screws up these sides quite clearly rusted through. They're no good anymore. But you can knock a hole in the bottom of the ply with the crowbar, and then you can just work your way out. And, well, this is just to show how easy this shit comes apart. That's that done. Watch this. Yeah, it is that easy. So all of the screws holding all this, all the nails rather, holding all this together are obviously knackered. The polystyrene doesn't look too bad until you get to the bottom. I hate working with plywood. The joists, the uprights are alright. The foam, oh, I wasn't expecting that. Oh dear. Oh. Fuck. Right, yeah. Now, it feels, I've run my gloved finger over it a little bit, and it feels like it's surface. It feels like it's just trapped. So I am hopeful that bleach spray and damp resist shite will take care of this. I do need to trim down there with my chisel because the wall vanishes into there somewhere. That end isn't too bad from where the cupboard was. I think that's also roughly in line of where the conservatory is. This along here, that's not so good. There's a couple of places where it seems to have soaked into the frame. Again, I'm hopeful that it is just surface. If not, I've got to start replacing framework. This is terrible. I knew this room was bad, but I didn't think it was this bad. Can't get down there yet because I need to disconnect the electric and get the plug out again. Need to run my electric chisel up there just to tidy that up. But I got to be honest, around the window doesn't seem that bad. Across the top, for the most part, it's not horrific, but I wasn't expecting to see that. This is what they call a very slight disaster. Hopefully it's salvageable. Hopefully, because I think what I'm going to have to do, just because of the time of year, is I'm going to have to fix this inner skid. Well, I'm going to have to treat all of this. And if it doesn't clear up, I'm going to have to skin it internally. And then I'm just to, because obviously it's bleeding cold and stuff. As is at the moment, I'm losing insulation. But I'm going to have to skin it internally and then tear the outside wall apart. Ironically, it doesn't look too bad down in that corner. I don't know what's behind there, but it doesn't look too bad down in that corner. It seems to be sort of 5-ish, 6-ish feet up, the worst parts. So I'm going to start treating it with bleach, mold and mildew remover, stuff like that, and just see if any of it clears up. I'm hopeful. As I say, I ran a gloved finger across it. It feels slightly smushy. The wood seems solid. So I think it's just mold that's gathered. So if I can kill it off, we should be laughing. Otherwise, I've got to skin the inside and then tear the outside apart. I can't get over there anymore. But yeah, that is definitely not what I was expecting. I'm going to say fuck. Because that's not good. Right. On to the next thing.